Anyway,
All
we're
right.
gonna start in 2 minutes. We're gonna give people like 2 more minutes to hop on. And yeah, this is gonna be a pretty quick call. We're just gonna go over what we have planned for the group, right? Number one, how the school community works, how to level up, and get access to more of the stuff in the classroom, and then go over the plan for the weekly calls, right? Like we obviously have like a calendar on. I mean, like we have a obviously have a one call already on the calendar. But as the community grows, there might be a need for separate calls, like one call for technical SEO, one call for content or on-page SEO, and then one call for link building. But yeah, we'll basically decide when we get there. Yeah. Let's just give people 2 more minutes to hop on just in case. And then, yeah, we'll go over that overview.
Yeah. And we'll probably open up to a Q&A, I guess, at the end, Miko, right?
Yeah.
So
If anyone
Chris
has
Connor,
questions.
yeah, Chris Connor said he's at work, no camera, mic. We can put the questions in the chat and then just read them out. And yeah, so cool.
Mhm.
Hmm. Hey Joseph, you okay and connected? Nice. Perfect.
Awesome. All right,
Hello,
awesome.
hello.
So it's 5:05. We're gonna start. Not much on here. Like the group is just getting started. We just started the community. We have 80 people on there, and from all over the world. We've seen some people from China, from Spain, etc. So yeah, we're just getting started. We're planning to grow a lot by providing a lot of value in the next few weeks, months, towards the end of the year even. And yeah, so let's go over basically an overview of what you can expect from the group and what we have planned for the group, right? So this is a school community, basically the timeline. I'm not sure if you guys are very familiar with it, but basically the reason we chose school is because of the feature where you get rewarded for being active, right? So for every like you get on your posts and comments, you actually level up. And as you level up, you actually unlock more of the classes in the classroom, right? So for the Shopify SEO Masterclass 101 deep dives and the recordings, I think that you have to be level 2 to unlock these courses. But it isn't that difficult to get to level 2. If you really wanted to, you could probably get to level 2 within the first day, right? But like that's basically how school works. So it does reward people who are active in the community, and there are a lot of more. We do plan to add a lot more stuff and rewards. Like if you get to a certain level, you get a free SEO consultation with me. You get access to our SOP library, and then we have like these paid workshops and events that we plan on hosting in the future that you'll get access to depending on your level, right? And then, while we're already here in the classroom, what we've really been working on recently is the masterclass. So if you go to that course, you can actually see we already have 3 live trainings on there. And the plan is to publish one new live training every week, right? And we have around 14 or 15 planned. And it's basically the whole SEO, the whole Shopify SEO process. So it's basically a free course that you get access to because you're part of the community, right? We start from all the way from technical SEO all the way to link building. And it's not just like a generic link building course. It's very specific, like, foundational link building. What do we do? Guest posts and niche edits or link insertions. How do we get them? Like, what are our outreach scripts? What tools do we use? How do we vet the sites? How do we even like do the prospecting of the sites we outreach to? Harrow, how do we, get placements on Harrow, right? Like, how do we come up with our answers, etc. And then digital PR, creating linkable assets, etc. So you can see there is going to be a lot of attention to detail in every module of the course. So yeah, we're very excited. And this is really our number one priority right now, which is to finish the course. And that's by creating one module a week. Right now, I'm actually working on the keyword research training. And that will, we're going to be releasing that on Monday next week. And then basically every Monday, we'll be releasing one module until the course is finished, right? And on top of the course, obviously, we're gonna have like just some, some mini guides. Like right here, we have like a guide on internal linking, like how you should be doing your internal links for e-commerce brands. And then we even have some deep dives where we go over successful SEO campaigns, e-commerce or Shopify SEO campaigns, and basically dissect what makes them successful, right? Like how did they do their technical SEO? How did they do their on page, like their site structure? How did they create their collection and product pages? And what link building strategies did they use, right? So there are going to be a lot of resources in this classroom. And, this is just the beginning. So over time, this thing will really turn into a a resource of just a lot of information specifically for Shopify SEO. And the reason we created this community is because last year when we transitioned from building niche sites and affiliate SEO, we had to learn Shopify SEO and e-commerce, and there wasn't really a good resource, like one resource we could look to for that, and we had to keep jumping like from general SEO communities to like smaller Shopify SEO resources that are really hard to find. And we decided like, okay, we need to come up with a community where we can basically collate or compile all this information for everyone to basically have access to, right? And then the last
And
thing yeah, you were saying, Chris?
no, I just wanted to add, hey guys, I'm Chris, by the way. I'm Miko's co-founder. This is also the result of as we, uh learned Shopify SEO over the last few years and been applying it to our clients and setting up the SOPs for our team. This was also the byproduct, right, Miko? That's kind of
Yeah,
like how it came
exactly.
together, and yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And along those lines, like a lot of the stuff in the masterclass, like these modules, these are mostly taken from our company SOPs, right? So these are actually the strategies we use to get the results we do for our clients, right? So like if you look at the technical SEO course or training, that's actually what we do every time we onboard a new client. We go through this exact list and basically just knock them off one by one for each of our clients, and then we move on to the next thing. This is pretty much exactly how the SEO process goes, right? Technical SEO, then we optimize the content. We prioritize collection pages first because that's where most of the revenue will come from. So, it allows us to get an ROI as soon as possible. And then, product pages, blog posts, we optimize the navigation and site structure if needed. And then that's when we start really building backlinks and, foundational link building, of course, and a lot of guest posts and link insertions. But yeah, like everything here in the Shopify SEO masterclass is basically taken from our SOPs. So you know that the stuff here is working because it's what we do to get the results for our clients, right? And the last thing in school is really the calendar. And right now you can see that we have a Shopify SEO Q&A scheduled every 5 p.m. CET on Wednesdays. And yeah, so that's a call we have weekly where you can hop on if you have a question, or if you're trying to do like one of the trainings and you're having a hard time implementing something, like especially in, like, for example, technical SEO. You can hop on one of these calls and ask questions like, okay, how do I implement this? How do I implement that? I'm having trouble no indexing these duplicate pages, or no indexing SEO, like pages with no SEO value. That's where you can hop on, and then basically we can go through it together. Right. And if you have any questions, like any general questions, you can get them answered on these calls. And we're a small community right now, so this one call a week should be enough. But in the future, as we grow, we might have to add new calls dedicated specifically to, let's say, technical SEO, on page and off page backlinks. But yeah, that's probably for the future. I think one call per week is good for the size of the group right now. Okay. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I think we can open the floor now for any questions if you guys haven't, like
Yeah.
yeah, we have a few people on here right now, so it's basically, yeah.
Yeah, you guys can unmute yourselves and ask the question, or you can ask the question through chat, and yeah, we'll answer it from there. So I see Scutera joined us, right? No, that's Claudio.
Yes,
Hey, hi. All right.
I'm Claudio.
This is
Okay.
awesome. Do you have a question, Claudio?
Mhm.
Well, yes, and I asked also
Mhm.
Martinez. Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
asked in the school platform as well. My
Mhm.
biggest issue is I do have some traffic, like 500 visitors a day, and they
Mhm.
seem to be well
Mhm.
targeted. They're looking at
Mhm.
products, they're adding products to cart. There's
Mhm.
some abandoned checkouts on some of my most expensive and most profitable products, which
Mhm.
are the scooters.
Yeah.
And they just add it to cart. They add their details and shipping address,
Mhm.
and they just vanish, and they don't answer
Mhm.
recovery emails or texts or anything I try to reach out back to them.
Mhm.
I want you to look at my website and tell me,
Yeah.
look at a landing page and tell me why would you run away. I have
Mhm.
a thing with my website. I have 7 to 15 days delivery. That might
Mhm.
turn off
Yeah.
many people since they are used
Mhm.
to faster delivery times. They expect the product to be in stock.
Mhm.
Um, what I do is get the payment for a scooter, and then I place an order with the supplier in France. And then it takes about 5 days to reach the UK, all taxes paid, delivered to the customer for the amount that he paid for.
Yeah.
So I was wondering, yeah, just look at my page and tell me where I'm bombing. One thing,
Mhm.
30 seconds, and I can
Yeah,
grow
sure.
on that. At least
Yeah.
stop doing a really harmful thing for myself.
Yeah. So like I'm gonna pull up your page right now,
I
actually.
know that's
Okay.
part of a program that I might have to sign up to, but it's tell me what to do.
Mhm. Sure.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Claudio.
So yeah, I'm pulling up your site right now, so we can go over it real quick. Right. I can't speak so much about conversion rates, right? But I can speak about SEO.
Ask me,
And
yeah, just ask me
yeah,
anything.
yeah. So yeah, so when it comes to SEO, like we really like the first thing really when it comes to on-page SEO is the topical map, right? And so you're in the electric scooter niche, and the thing we notice immediately is that your collection pages are, like your brand. It's not like a search query that the people are actually searching for, right? And that's probably why you're not generating much traffic, right? So what you want to do is actually do some keyword research to see what people are actually searching for, whether that's dual motor electric scooter, single motor electric scooter. What else could we? I'm not really, familiar with the electric scooter industry, but you want to do some keyword research and find out what people are actually searching for, and
Mm,
create dedicated collections for those, right? Because like I see that you categorized it based on like your branded stuff, right? Like
yes.
the names of the products. But the thing is, the product searches are probably super low volume, and yeah,
Hmm.
it won't generate much traffic versus like probably dual motor electric scooter probably has a lot more search volume. So what I would do is I would create a dual motor electric scooter collection page and then have each of these on that collection page, right?
Yes.
Like yeah, I would have like a dedicated dual motor electric scooter collection page. That will be the H1, that will be the URL, that will be the title tag. And then I'll have the product grid. I'll have the product grid containing all your dual motor electric scooters on there. And I'm not sure if you've seen our training for collection page SEO. I'm gonna bring it up right now.
I've seen that photo on X where you show how the collection is up top and the thumbs, and underneath you have a description and an H2, and the keywords are in the H1, H2. The description is not just a block of text; it's an FAQ or So you got a description and an FAQ.
Yeah.
So this is gold.
This is exactly,
this is nice.
Yeah, this is exactly how we want our product category pages to look like. So you would have the category name here, dual motor electric scooter, right? And then the URL would be dual motor electric scooter. The title tag would be like buy dual motor electric scooter. And then you'll have the different selections here, because like imagine, like if you just imagine the user's journey, like they're probably typing on Google dual motor electric scooter. They're expecting a page like this, right? They're expecting different choices, like different engine or motor sizes. I mean, and then like an explanation of like what's the difference between like a dual motor scooter, etc. And just frequently asked questions. And you know, those things will help people convert. The reviews will help people convert. And then eventually we're gonna have a training on product pages as well, because like you know, that's going to help conversions the most, right? Like how to actually template, like lay out your product pages to maximize conversions, right? Yeah, and we do actually have like a template. It's on my Twitter somewhere.
I have seen it, and it's also in your landing pages for your courses or programs. It's also for the product template.
Yeah, so this is our product template, right? And then this template basically helps improve conversions, if that's what you're trying to do. But yeah, like in terms of SEO, like the main thing is really like you need the collection pages. You need to do some keyword research and think about what people are actually purchasing. Like for example, like a seat mount, you probably want a collection page for seat mounts also, like seat mounts for electric bikes. And then you have again a product grid of all your seat mounts on there.
I have made, and if you try to search seat in the search bar, you will see collections popping up before you hit enter.
Okay.
Search seat, and you'll see these are collections. If you put parts, try to type in parts, and you'll see some collections. And if you go on a specific product that I have, click on a disc or the caliper. When you go on it, I've done this interesting thing with meta fields and tags where you're able to, on the page down, all the tags of the product link back to respective collections that have that tag. And I thought this is an idea for internal linking that is just linking back to that collection that includes this product. And I saw one thing on your template. You are able to customize your breadcrumb. The breadcrumb normally either gives you home and all products. God, I hate that all products breadcrumb. And you are customizing that, isn't it? Because you can't have any hierarchy on Shopify. Everything is horizontal. All the products are on the same line. All the collections are on the same line. There's no hierarchy unless you purposely make it and change that breadcrumb. And so this was one thing.
Yeah, this internal linking is actually really good. Like we would do.
I fought for months with this. I thought I just sat down with ChatGPT and that grimoire thing one day and just said, you know, this is the liquid documentation. Just tell me how to do this. And I just sat for 8 hours and did it, even though it's easy for a developer or someone who's done Shopify a long time.
So these are the categories you actually want to feature on your navigation, you know, because these are the things that people are searching for, like brake parts for electric bikes, right? Like those are the ones that people are searching for.
Oh,
Those are the
yes,
ones
I
that you want to
reminded
feature.
myself. I think
Mhm.
one last question to leave
Sure.
room for others to ask.
Mhm.
H2, people make
Mhm.
H2 out of product titles in collections?
Like you're saying the product grid.
Yeah, I've seen that
Yeah.
done. And
Mhm.
it enriches your page. If you don't have anything on a collection page,
Mhm.
you're gonna get 50 H2s
Yeah.
with the
Mhm.
product title that is in that collection, and it
Yeah.
sort of gives Google something about that collection.
Mhm. Yeah, so we personally don't make the product titles H2s. Our H2s are
No,
the detailed category description and the frequently asked questions. And then
got it.
we have H3s. We have H3s under the detailed product detailed category description, right? Like
Mhm.
for example, if you have like a competitor, right? Let's say like I'm not very familiar with your industry, but if you
Yeah,
have like in the beauty industry, you have like a face mist versus like a facial toner. Sometimes you might have an H3 in the detailed category description, like what's the difference between a face mist and a facial toner or a facial spray, right? Things like that. Those are the H3s and H2s that we use. The products, on the other hand, we actually don't make them headings because the tricky part is like when you have like a collection page with 50 products, right? Then you have
yeah.
50 H2s on your page, and that is just confusing for the
So
search
you
engine.
want absolute control on the words that are on the page. That is the bottom
Yeah.
line. You don't want to have
Yes.
just anything. You want it to be in a certain circle of semantic circle, a cloud of linked words. Yeah, I never looked at that.
Exactly.
I never thought you just write something that someone would read or not read, or
Mhm.
put 50 words or 1,500 words, but you need
Mhm.
absolute control if you want to reach somewhere
Exactly.
and get somewhere.
Exactly. Because it's the only way to communicate with the search engine, right? That
Yeah,
you're in control of. Like obviously you can build backlinks, but that's supposedly like an external factor, right? Like internally, you can only come up with the content, and the best way, like you have to come up with the best way to communicate to the search engine that you are the expert or authority in your industry. Most people only have like a category name in the product grid. Like the search
mhm.
engines just gets confused by that, right? Like obviously you
Yeah,
can tell what the products are and like it can read the H1, but if you provide more context, you make it easier for the search engine to do its job. And if you make it easier for the search engine to do its job, you have a higher chance of ranking because again, like the search engine is, um, you know, Google's a business. So the goal for the search engine is to use least resources possible to find the best answer for a certain query. And if that's
yeah.
breakparts, you want to have, make sure you want to communicate to the search engine, this is the best answer for the breakparts query, right?
Mhm.
So, and that
Here I
involves adding
moved.
a lot more content.
I think I moved the description to the bottom. I think you'll see some description in the bottom if you go.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but I think this is doing more harm than good. I didn't know what
Yeah.
to do here. I heard
Mhm.
someone that it's good to put internal links, and I
Yeah.
turned it into the only. Yeah, I need to
Mhm.
go back into this one and really clean it up because that's too
Yeah.
many links. It's repeating the Dualtron word too many times,
Exactly. Yeah. It
and
looks a little spammy. Yeah.
it's maybe the reason why my stuff is going down. Yeah, I really need to sit down and do the collection descriptions. You recommend 2,000 words, 1,000
No,
words, or
1,000 words
characters?
maximum. Yeah. 1,000 words maximum.
Got it. Got it. Yeah, I have
And
plenty to
then,
write. I know everything about them.
yeah. Mhm. And other things also, like just looking at this page, for example, like if you want this page to rank for like break parts for
Dualtron,
um yeah
Dualtron
for
scooters.
For electric scooters,
scooters, like
perhaps.
yeah,
Yeah.
let's say for brake parts for electric scooters,
Mhm.
you want the what do you call this, the URL to match, right? Like if you do
Ah,
some keyword
yes.
research and you see that the search term is brake parts for electric scooters, you want the URL to be like brake parts
Got it.
for electric scooters because again, um
I already
this
have a branding in my domain. I shouldn't be repeating the brand Dualtron in there.
exactly exactly
Wow.
exactly and also like
I'll go right in. This is
um
so easy. But
mhm. Yeah.
if I'm
And
going into links now and creating
mhm,
redirects en masse
mhm.
on my collections, is that going to tank me for many days or many weeks?
No, I don't think so. Like if you do it properly, it won't thank it shouldn't thank you at all because
Because Shopify gives you a way to do the redirect on the spot if you change the
yeah,
link. Okay.
exactly. And the
Okay.
link equity, like any backlink equity should transfer, right?
Continue. You were talking about the last part of the URL there.
Yeah. So again, like it's just because like you've seen pages where it's just the title, like the H1 and the product grid rank well, right? And the reason is because there are weights to, the content on the collection page. The highest weights are the H1, the URL, and the title tag. So you want to make sure that those are, optimized perfectly for whatever search term you're trying to rank for. And again, for every search term, you have one page. So it's brake parts for electric scooters. Again, it's like you want the H1 to be brake parts for electric scooters. You want the URL to be brake parts for electric scooters. You want the title tag to be brake parts for electric scooters. Because again, these three are the highest signals, are the strongest signals to the search engine. It's the three things that the search engine crawls first to get an idea of what the page is about. So if there is like a some inconsistencies there, then
Yeah.
you might confuse the search engine.
Got it. And one last thing, I saw that I lost my question. Oh, yes. Would you recommend a good image resizer? I think I've built up some collections. If you go to Dualtron parts and you click on a model
Dualtron parts, and
in the menu,
then
click on
I'll just
Popular Dual.
okay.
So what I did here was I took featured collections. So this body parts for Dualtron Popular Dual is a featured collection. And the reason I wanted to do this is because for this model of scooter, I want to see all the parts on one page. What's the biggest problem for me is some of these pictures are more than 1000 pixels per 1000 pixels. And I'm looking for a good image resizer that allows me to select, a category of products that's gonna quicken up the loading of the page.
Yeah,
This is not ideal, is it?
yeah, it's definitely not ideal. We have a Shopify site speed training. I don't know if you've seen that. There is a way to basically make sure that you're presenting the right image sizes depending on what's going on, right? It does take some a little bit of a knowledge when it comes to coding or wait, nah,
Yeah.
development. But yeah, like there is a way to basically
For media
decide
size.
which, yeah, exactly, to choose which sizes to use for like the product grid, which size to use when you actually pick or when you actually click through to the product. That might be helpful. I'm not sure if you're implementing lazy loading. That might help also. That way,
yes, there is some lazy loading. So you say this isn't ideal to have multiple collections on one page. It's much easier to have the standard default collection template for with the filters and everything.
Yeah. And yeah, like lazy loading helps a lot because, like, example, if you're looking at your site on mobile, what lazy loading does is that, okay, it'll load the first 5, but then it'll load the other ones once people actually scroll to them. So it'll basically limit how much it slows down your site having this many.
That's okay. It's something to do. I edit manually every single photo I put in, and I try to keep it in 1000 by 1000 pixel.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. I'm gonna go on look at the site speed and start on my collections links and enrich those descriptions and reverse this back to standard template, right?
Yeah. And like looking at your brand, like this is like a great brand that can benefit from SEO because like you have a really high ticket product. Like this you can possibly make like an extra 6 figures a month from SEO just looking at
we had with very bad website and bad marketing 30 to 40,000 months. That just means 5 to 10 scooters sold.
Amazing.
So I just need to get up to at least 2 scooters per month, and I'm not even there. It's bad.
Yeah.
You got this, Claudio.
Okay.
And we're here to support you too.
I'll do
Um,
everything you say and do
yeah.
do it every day and share my
Yeah.
feedback, and you can pitch in
Yeah.
every time, and hopefully sign up for a program with you.
Yeah. And you know, if you ever encounter any issues, just hop on these calls or ask on the community.
Mhm.
We
Yeah.
want to make sure we help you as much as we can, because like this is a great niche or industry for SEO, really. Like
Yeah,
lots of
and there's daily cash
categories.
flow.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot to write about. Each scooter
Mhm.
has 100 parts. There's so much
Wow.
content to write about those parts. There's so much content to write about repairs, about
Mhm.
maintenance, about
Yeah.
upgrades, comparisons
Mhm.
between scooters. It's such a wealth of stuff that I can
Yeah.
do. But put it correctly. I've heard, for
Mhm.
example, that blogs don't weigh that much on e-commerce
Yeah.
websites.
Yeah.
Doing
That's
the descriptions and the product descriptions and product landing pages nicely, that could bring more benefit.
yeah. Yeah, definitely. I would prioritize the bottom of the funnel stuff before the blogs. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
Bottom
think
of the funnel
Cool.
means when it's close
The,
to being purchased, or
yeah. So the shopping pages, the product pages, the collection pages.
mm-hmm. Great,
yeah.
great. I'm so glad to be part of this. I've been blind. And you know what's the best thing? When you go and try something like Lucky Orange, it's
Mhm.
like you're looking at analytics and seeing what people are visiting and pages they're visiting, and it's all blind. You can't really see what's happening on the page.
Yeah.
But then you go at
Yeah.
a
Lucky
session
Orange.
recording program.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I tried that for 2 weeks.
Mhm.
It's not comprehensive. You don't really understand everything, every single click, but you kind
Mhm.
of see if they're lost, if collection layout is bad, or if they're
Yeah.
quickly coming out of a page.
Mhm.
You see it happening live.
Yeah.
Anyone should
Another
try that.
SEO actually mentioned that to me recently. I can't recall who it was, but like, yeah, they said they were like the most popular software for CRO is Hotjar, but I think Lucky Orange is up
Hotjar,
there as
Lucky
well.
Orange, and someone recommended me another one, and I'll share it as soon as I remember it.
Sure.
That was showing something different than both of these. So I'll get back to it and find out a way to share it.
Awesome. Thanks, Chris, I think Chris has been sending you some questions too, Claudio.
Yeah.
He's got some
Okay.
ideas there on
So
the chat.
starting with
If
Google Trends.
Yeah, if you Joseph and Chris, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Um, yeah.
Google Trends.
Yeah, I'm just going through the chat right now. Like, I'm glad like the chat's actually pretty active.
Yeah, pretty interesting. What you said about the Dualtron keyword having more volume than
I didn't know
yeah,
that. That's insane.
yeah. I mean, some keyword researchers should sort all that out, right? But yeah,
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, there's no reason you can't rank for both,
yeah.
right?
Me, for the
For your brand name and for
Mhm.
the generic name of your
Generic, the
product, yeah,
generic version. Yeah.
absolutely.
yes, Dualtron is not that great in trends, but it's worldwide. It's not great in UK where I sell, but it's worldwide.
Mhm.
France, USA, and
Wow.
other countries are growing a lot. And then dual motor electric scooter. Dual motor electric scooter is crazy. They are
Yeah.
irresistible. People search for them every
Mhm.
day. They create a lot of traffic, but they want
There.
them there, then and there. It's like
Yeah.
an impulse. It's
Ah, that's the
nice
thing.
outside. I want to ride a
Mhm.
scooter. How much is it? I need to get it tomorrow. And it's like that.
Yeah. All right.
Awesome.
Looks like nobody else has any questions.
Hmm.
So I think we can uh, end this here if nobody else has any questions. Thank you guys for joining us. We really appreciate it. This is just the beginning.
Yeah.
Over the next weeks, months, we're going to keep adding more resources into the group, like I mentioned earlier, and really try our best to really grow this community and keep it as active as possible. Because again, last year when I was looking for a Shopify SEO community, I was looking on Facebook, I was looking on Reddit, and I was even trying to share some of the things that I was experiencing, and they wouldn't even approve my post. So yeah, we're trying to come up with a community where it's more active and it's more high level. So hopefully this is it, and we're gonna do our best to make it the
It's the
best
right
Shopify
place.
SEO community. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the right
Yeah.
place for it. You're the only one showing up for Shopify SEO on school. And
Yeah.
then it's the right place for the platform and the right price point. And in UK, there's a lot of lost people being charged a lot of money, and
Yeah.
blindly. This whole thing is blind. It's like Shopify merchants are one-man band. They're doing everything
Yeah.
themselves. Just like I said earlier, I can't sit down and work because I
Mhm.
have
Yeah,
my
you
mind is pulling in
mentioned.
10
Right.
different directions. And
Yeah. Yeah.
it really is a, someone could take advantage easily.
Yeah.
But you need these bites of information served to people in a way that they can work on it this week and come back with and reiterate next week.
Right.
And a program is the perfect way to do it.
I agree. And you know, the thing about SEO also is like the thing with SEO is like, yeah, it does take time to see results. And that's what makes it problematic also. And that's where, you know, like agencies can really, you know, like promise things when they can't get results, things like that. And that's what's scary about SEO.
Yeah, it's such
Yeah.
it's not only it's in the virtual world, but you can't
Mhm.
even see that
Yeah,
in concrete terms. What's actually happening.
exactly.
So it's a
Exactly.
double black hole.
Mhm.
Yeah, measurable results. Like
Yeah.
the only measurable results are sales, money in the bank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you
Exactly.
perform, and you know that you can pay your bills and your suppliers, and you can get more
We
inventory
agree.
and stock, and things are going well, and there's cash flow. When there's no
Exactly.
cash flow, everything is lost, and you're just
Exactly.
scrapping and just panicking for anything you could do to get it back.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
There is a lot of
Exactly.
suffering from that point of view, and
Oh,
people
yeah.
just need to be found that are going
Mhm.
through it and helped, because it's a useful thing. This is useful.
Yeah.
It's not a vitamin, it's a pain.
Yeah. Exactly. And then, you know, in the end, like SEO is really a double-edged sword, right? Like there's the, you know, the risks involved with working with an agency that doesn't actually know what they're doing. And then, you know, in the end, Shopify, because it's such a black box, is very lucrative. Like when it comes to like paid ads, like you can get like a 2x ROAS, 3x ROAS, 5x ROAS max if you're working with like a really good media buyer. With SEO, like it's you can pretty much get a 10x ROI, and it's pretty common to get a 10x ROI because again, like
Yeah.
most people don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, they're doing, and there's too much confusion. And
Yeah.
it needs to be per website, per business. You
Exactly.
can't really take out any advice. And there's a lot of leverage. Once you turn it on, money starts coming in. It's immediately
Yeah.
visible. There's this platform for referral on school.
Mhm.
I'm new to school. Maybe you can explain it in 10 seconds.
Mhm.
What does it
Oh,
really mean? I can recommend people to this group, and they could, if they
yeah, I
enroll for
mean,
your course, I could get something from it.
I'm not sure actually. I'm not sure how
No?
that works. Like we're pretty new to school as well.
Okay.
I think the referral program is for people who start their own communities, though, not to join
Okay.
a community. Yeah, if I
Yeah.
can
Okay.
recall. Yeah.
That's okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, thanks guys for attending. Really appreciate it. You're like the first 6 people on the first call. And you know, hopefully as weeks come by, we get to 10 people, 20 people, and we really start sharing more of the knowledge because like again, the more case studies, the more brands we see and basically go over, the better all that information becomes, right? It becomes like a snowball effect of us just learning from everyone's
Hmm.
situations. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I
All
would
right.
always
Thanks,
focus on
guys.
doing less harm. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, of course, of course. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for taking the time. And that's it for today. Cheers.
Sure.
Have a
Cheers.
have a good
Cheers.
one, guys.
Cheers. Have a good day.